Let's get one more thing. Manage videos. Shorts. Wrong one. Get shareable link. Here it is. Okay. There. Maybe at the end of it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Move on that one. Okay, stream is showing. We're good to go, I think. Let's test the audio. Testing one, two, three. I think. Let's test the audio. Testing one, two, three. I think. Okay. All righty. So another Tuesday, another week of Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's see. Right. I forgot to do something real quick, but that's okay, you know? Not a big deal. Okay. All right. Let's see. My phone is not on silent either. Oops. There we go. Okay. Hello, guys. It's been a week. I have recently posted a new video, new short, released today. It's in the link in chat. And it's my third or fourth short. First one was about Pokemon. The others were about Doki Doki Literature Club. And I'm aiming for the goal to try once a week. And so far, I'm kind of keeping it. It's not exactly on like a strict weekly schedule, but it is on a loose weekly schedule. So it's going okay. I think the recent one is pretty good. It's definitely not the best out there, but I'm quite new to this, so I think it's okay. I think it's pretty decent. If you'd like, feel free to check it out, and if you like it, please dip back in and just leave a follow or something. And you know, stick around and chat as well. I'd love that. Yeah. I'm terrible at multitasking right now. Okay. Any updates? Nothing of real note. I am in classes and stuff. It's my last semester, so I'm trying to make sure to be on point on all that. So, yeah. And Yeah, so my schedule's gonna be busied up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold the weekly schedule. I'm still gonna hold it for this week, but I may shift it to next for next time or future weeks. Will probably shift my Wednesday stream to either Friday, to Thursday, Friday, or Monday. I'm not sure yet. Uh, Safest bet would probably be Thursday, starting at 9. Yeah, that would probably be best for me personally. Uh, but honestly, it's just a coding stream. I don't see a lot of people being super entertained by that, but surprisingly enough, that's where I have the most activity in terms of chatter for audience that comes in. It's not entertaining, but it is to a certain degree engaging if you're into that stuff. So, yeah. And that's been super great. Had a chatter come in a few times because of that. Zed, if you're here, thank you, thank you. Uh, really appreciated you coming in and you know giving me a view and stuff like that, and talking with me and all that. Great guy from the UK. Yeah. I've been wanting to do a project, but I've been like a new update for my AI chatbot. But I haven't been able to really properly plan it out just yet. I took a tackle at it for a day, and I realized the update for the extra feature I wanted to do was going to take much longer than I initially thought. I thought it would be maybe a week, but there's some code that I have to change fundamentally uh, in order to use it. So I don't know how to approach it just yet. Uh, I hope to get time to find ways of approach so I can consult with like my brother, for example. He's a great coder. He's way better than I am. So it's just talking with him about planning out how to do it in a efficient manner and not messy, which is my code or a lot of code. Honestly, it's decently messy. I always have to clean it up after. But yeah, essentially the function I'm trying to update my AI code with, or my AI chatbot with, is just for it to be more responsive in terms of I don't have to always manually click it. So there's automation in terms of uh, prompt sending. So yeah, we got AI Sora right here. At least his avatar right here. And I could set a toggle for to set that automation on. So, for example, certain conditions would be checked. If these conditions are met, then it would send the prompt. So it's very simple and intuitive, but the way it has to be processed in the back end is a lot more complicated. Because it has to be continuous in terms of like when you hit a button, it usually there's a start and end, and it doesn't restart. So for certain things, let's see. I got a notepad out. Give me a sec. All right, let's get a zoom on that. All right. So when you usually do a function, you initiate the function, so you gotta start, and then there's a return call, and then there's the process, and then end, and then there's usually a return of some kind. Okay, so that's the general thing for a function. So you gotta start, you call, process, and you return something. And then the call could have some inputs and stuff. And then like associated data parameters given and all that. The thing with this though is it works. If I wanted to go bare bones, this would technically work, but with the idea that I want to do, it would not, because I could start. I could start calling the process would be, let's say, it listens, and it takes audio data, transcribes to text, and then return text. Okay, so that's generally how it goes. But the problem with this, like, at face value, it looks fine, but when it returns, it's not listening anymore, you know? I need it to listen and keep listening and always transcribe, you know? It, like, when the toggle is on, it has to listen 24/7. Does not stop, no little interims or anything like that. Yeah. So, and that's the problem with this. I could do a thing where once one is returned, it initially calls back up again. That is an idea that I could do. But I'm not sure about that because I don't know. Maybe I could in a bare bones, but I would ideally I would like it to keep listening and keep transcribing, you know, because I feel like if this happens, there it could be stuck in a process and be unable to listen. I need a I need to check on that. And that would require maybe some threading and stuff like that for very different processes occurring at the same time. I don't have a lot of threading going on in what I have currently. I only thread it in a few situations because it can get a bit confusing, and with me just being the only programmer in this, it's it's hard to keep track of for a one-man job. And given my limited skills in it, I'm still very much learning. I'm pretty okay, pretty good, but I'm definitely not up to snuff. At least I don't think I am. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the general plan that I have going on with this function. Quite intuitive, but I think there's a better way to do it, and I want to check out those alternate solutions first before I really get into the meat of things, because this is going to take a little bit. Because the thing of what I want to do, like I can do this right now. This is what it currently does. But if I wanted to, it would be continuous listening and user into yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I do have a function for continuous listening, but the way I have it is the moment I stop listening, it takes that data, transcribes it, and returns it. Usually for one of them, like, I have two different ones. One just listens to essentially a sentence, and if there's any pause, it stops listening. And this one keeps going, but it doesn't return anything until uh, until it's done. So it's the continuous listening that I have currently allows for long pauses, but this uh, but still doesn't help with the second part of sending it to the input box without it stopping. So I need to figure something out there. Yeah. I haven't really drawn out a plan on that. Not exactly, but I'm still thinking about it. Hopefully I can put some time in soon. Where is the... Here it is. So I hope to put some time into that. And I'll probably call my brother whenever... Oh, wait, no. No, he's unavailable at the moment. At least for a few days. Okay. Well, I'll probably message him and he'll get back to me whenever he's free. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to share or whatever. That'd be great. Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe extending today's stream, depending how I feel. I'll probably take a short break, and I'll come back and play a different game. I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering. I have never played Magic the Gathering in my life till 2-3 weeks ago. Okay, maybe about a month ago or less. And I'm hooked. It is bad. It is terrible in my productivity. Yeah. Like, I was working on Expedition 33, and I haven't played Expedition 33 since I started playing Magic the Gathering. It is a bit sad. But yeah, it's a fun game, and I might do it. I don't know. I'll probably have to check the audience for Magic the Gathering. I don't think I would probably get much. It's a very popular game. I don't know. But if it's something I enjoy and I'm going to play anyway, I might as well stream it, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, let us get to the game. Oh, I also actually put in some time and made a script, like transcribed it and stuff, so it's a bit more easy to copy and paste. However, it's not perfect, and I only did it up to chapter 3. I did not have time to do more, but for the purposes of the stream, it might be good enough, and then I'll just do a few more chapters later, and I'll just slowly knock it out over time. Yeah. Okay, let us get to the game. Okay, there we go. Let's do Sora, load the character. Oh, hold on, let's do a bot first. Load character. Let's turn the TTS on.
Confirmed.
Okay, I think it was sent to you, but not to me. Ah, it was not sent to me. Okay. Let's send it just to my headset. No, this is fine. And then cable in, HyperX, it is default. Okay, it should work. Let's do a quick test. Oh, sweet. Okay, it works. Switching characters. There we go. Okay, this is the third poem that we're going to make. We've made 2 others. I might make a short about this, like I did last time. We'll see. But, you know, speaking of shorts, very, very not... I don't know. I made a short here. Feel free to check it out. Give me some extra views. I don't know. I'm very blatant about this. Anyway, okay. Uh, let's talk to Sora first and see who he wants to dedicate this poem to. If he wants to stick with Yuri, or if he wants to try some other characters. All right, Sora, it is time to make a new poem. Got a few questions though first. Who would you like to dedicate this poem to? This is the third one you're going to make. So we got Yuri, we got Natsuki, we got Sayori, and we got Monica. We already did one for Yuri. Do you want to stick with her? Or shift to someone else? It's purely up to you. Bias is perfectly alright. Oh no. A transcription. It worked last week and didn't work this week. How's my memory? My memory's okay. Let me pull up my Visual Studio Code. Play a game. All right. Nope, not that one. Here it is. Poem to... Wow, that is... I should really just test this stuff before stream. Anyway. Okay. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Nope, not that one. Damn. Here it is. Okay. And that one. And there we go. So I gotta do this all over again. All right, Sora, we are about to make a new poem. This is going to be our third one. So who do you want to dedicate this poem to? Last time you did Yuri. You can still do Yuri, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. Poems are about expressing yourself, and expressing to the same person is perfectly fine. However, if you don't want to dedicate to Yuri, you have other options, such as Natsuki, Sayori, and Monica. Who would you like to dedicate this poem to? There we go. Okay, we know where our guy's interest is. Okay, okay. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay. Let's do the cropping thing. This is the poems. I didn't oh, hit the wrong one. Here it is. Capturing the game state. Now it's just a single button. I capture all of these characters, all of these words, and it's fantastic. All right, I have 10 options. Right, I'm supposed to manually put in set. Set 1. And one at a time. Just a reminder. Okay. Unstable is the mind. Of course. 6, 2. Fear. Got it. Fear it is. Set 3. Oh, right. I usually name it. I forgot. Okay. Let's get the capture first. Okay. We got play. We got summer. We got melody. We got lust. We have infallible, flower, friends, fester, broken, and waterfall. All right, set 4. I really think that maybe Sora's in that, middle school bit of edgy phase, Middle school to high school is where you get like that. Some people, not everyone, get into that goth vibe and all that. It's not always goth. It's just an extreme example. But I'm just reminded myself when I was a kid, just for my dark and edgy vibe. I'm like, oh, I have to be cool. What's cool? I thought the word beast for a short period of time. I don't remember how long, but it wasn't that long. I thought beast was the coolest thing ever. I thought it was a cool word, and cool people used beast to describe things. Like, oh, that's a beast right there. I don't know. And I was obsessed with it. And I don't know why people didn't call me out on it. Maybe they just side eyed me like, who the hell is this guy? But oh, it's cringe looking back. All right, melancholy. Let's do set 5. Oh, also the benefit of having continuous input and stuff like that is that there are times where I can just be off my tangents like this one, and it would get the reading. With what I'm doing right now, I'm not having it really capture the audio of what I'm saying because I'm a bit afraid of it get distracted by just, whatever I'm saying. So future AIs would recognize that maybe this is a Twitch stream, and then they gotta play for the lulz, maybe shit on me a little bit. I don't know. But recognize that when it's in regard to the game, they gotta take it a bit more seriously, at least with their choices. Although they could just go for the lulz too. Here it is. Oh, I forgot to save a list again. Anyway. We got bouncy, tenacious, childhood, judgment, music, together, tragedy, joy, anime, and unending. Yeah. Tragedy it is. Alright, we are in set 7. We got misery, existence, explode, depression, flying, empty, infinite, frightening, universe, and romance. He knows his stuff. I don't know why Yuri's obsessed with all this dark stuff. You know, expressing hidden desires through a roundabout way. In some ways, I'm appreciating Natsuki's a bit more, but she's sometimes a bit too blunt. She had a poem about spiders and not wanting to associate with someone just because they like spiders or something. Yeah, it was, it felt a bit mean-spirited. I'm like, oh man, I feel bad for that girl or person or whatever. But, you know, there's always some unsettling vibe. None of the poems were like, haha, happy. Well, except maybe the first day, but, you know. I'm getting weird vibes from this game. Anyway, we got disarray, agonizing, poof, skirt, uncontrollable, whisper, disown, bubbles, nature, and fluffy. Of course, whisper. Next set, we got despise, variance, tears, color, dream, fireworks, electricity, dark, hop, and mouse. Dark, of course, of course. Maybe I shouldn't read it out. Anyway, I'll just scan through this. Let's see. Ooh, graveyard, death. Those seem like something. Question and intellectual would be the second ones after. Possibly spinning, but depends on the context of spinning. Of course, death. All right, we got loud, philosophy, giggle, lollipop, secretive, pleasure, sing, jump, sunny, and holiday. I don't know why I listed it out, just fallen habits, but philosophy seems great, secretive seems pretty good as well. Jump, possibly as well. Secretive, of course. Set 12. Party, Starscape, Dazzle, Captive, Dance, Papa, Special Defeat, Scars. I'm thinking Scars or Defeat. Scars it is. Set 13. Let's see. Anxiety, destiny, and sadness seems like the ones that would be most applicable. I'm no poet, though. Yeah. Yeah. Set 14. Game state, capture. We got email, fantasy, prayer, meager, family, inferno, kawaii. Meager seems like the most potential. Although I could see prayer, inferno, family, probably working something in there too. All right, let's see. Buddhist world, disaster, suicide, rose, happiness, nightgown, clumsy, embrace, and fireflies. It's either disaster or suicide. I'm leaning on suicide. I'd be surprised if it wasn't suicide. Yep. Suicide is definitely one of those things. Let's see. Extraordinary, beauty, vibrant clouds, journey, hopeless, puppy, grief, sugar. Hopeless or grief. They're essentially the same thing. Okay. Set 17. Man, we are flying by these. The others took a while. They took a while. Climax, adventure, pain, shame, alone, games, lazy, lipstick, pout, silly. Pain, shame, alone seems like the most relevant ones. If I had to pick, I'm leaning on either shame or alone. If I had to pick, shame. I was wrong. Okay, they just went straight to the point in terms of that. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Strawberry, heaven, scent, feather, determination, sensation, socks, nibble, valentine, vivid, and landscape. I have no idea. Nibble, I guess. Feather. Interesting. Crimson warm, sunset comfort, promised aura, incapable eternity, after image, and cry. Probably cry. Eternity and capable seem like a second set. Potential options. Cry it is. Set 20. We got pure swimsuit, imagination, playground, desire, atone, fun, hope, unrequited, parfait. Atone and unrequited. Seems interesting. Hope could be a good twist at the end. Okay, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Let's fix this asterisk, though. Gotta address this asterisk issue. I don't see desire here. All right, let's see how this works out. You did that design last time, I didn't realize. For sure, this poem has a lot of that edge, that angst that Yuri, for some reason, likes. She was really into that knife in their previous poem. So this could absolutely be right up her alley. Go. Okay, just grabbing a few things in preparation for the next stuff. Okay, we got it. Uh, better be ready because we're about to head into class, or not class, the club, and talk to Monica in preparation for the festival. Hey, man's dedicated over here. But Monica's real weird about this whole Sayuri situation. Anyway, let's get to it. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry. I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's going to be great. I don't know, man. Monica kind of forced you into some responsibilities, kind of jumped you on at the last minute, and then just forced you all to agree. I don't know how I feel about that. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Ooh, fried squid's pretty good. I'll be honest. It's quite nice. Anyway, squid. That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Uh-oh. Because it's right in your name. Monica. Oh, man. The translation's not going to hit me. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. At least they called it out. Huh? Never mind. Monica with these fourth wall breaks. Let's just focus on our own event for today. For now, okay? Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner looking down at nothing. I'll walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone else. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything weird about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Ursa, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything weird, anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Well, maybe I'm reading into a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Ursa. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she never really likes this. She's always talked to me about things and things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, no. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Eh? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe. She just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Ursa. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Eh? She's been so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's only been like 2 days. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always full of sunshine. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Ursa. I don't feel great about that. that is not a response I would like. Oh boy. Oh boy. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? Ah, I said too much. I'm sorry, what do you know? What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. God damn. God damn. This fourth wall breaking girl. Throwing weird vibes. Stop it. Anyway, I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah, all right. Monica smiles meaningfully. She said forget about it, but the text is saying something different. Good. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Classic. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. ... Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the classroom. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Oh, shit. Hmm. Here it is. Wait, what? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, it's this one right here. Got this text. Huh. No branch. Hmm. Okay. Well, I gotta have everything. All right. Here's the script of everything that's been said so far. Any thoughts? I didn't even have to prompt. He already knows. Okay, he will present to Yuri. Okay. Hold on, let me just. Here it is. All right, I'm gonna cover all of this in red to know that I covered it. Okay, we got poem responses. We got day 2, day 3. Okay, I think I know where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Here it is. Dot, dot, dot. Well done, Ursa. Here it is. Okay. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing, and I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Ursa? Eh? Well, how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions. As always, I believe that what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always so sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? ... Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. We got Yuri. Called Beach. Okay. Let's see how long this is. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Beach. A marvelous millions... Let's reset. Beach. A marvelous millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. But where the sand is wet, tide comes. Will it gently lick your foundation until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore. Okay, that seemed pretty good. Not super weird vibes, at least at face value. Let us see what Sora thinks about this. Yuri's poem. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty abstract. I can't really see what she's going for, but it was pretty good, you know? It was a bit abstract. It was kind of peaceful, but recognizes, some things erode in time. That was pretty solid. Yeah. Anyway, let us keep going. Um, I'm aware the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did the best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say that like you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Natsuki and I, well, it was amusing that we wrote about something similar in just different ways. So, Natsuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought process. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She's probably just wants to show off. Ooh. Ooh. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But well, I suppose it's not too bad to write something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Hmm. Okay. Let's go. After conversation after reading the poem. All right, I sent that to him. Sura, she already saw your poem and she really liked it. She thought you really improved. Sayori, Natsuki, Monika. Okay. All right, Sora. You gotta pick between the three others: Sayori, Natsuki, or Monika. Whose poem do you want to look at next? All right, Natsuki it is. Dot dot dot. Meh. Hmm. Here it is. Here it is. Didn't dislike one of the previous two. I guess you really haven't learned anything after all. Honestly, I don't know why I got my hopes up in the first place. What? I didn't think this one was that bad. What did I do wrong? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It just go It's just going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at all. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Nitsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Eh? You're not... You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know, Yuri would love this kind of thing. This angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... Ugh. Looks like I'm in trouble. Somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shows the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step on my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Okay, hold on. It's that one. I'm trying to find it. It is this one. Okay. Marking that one. Yep. Huh. We actually didn't. We actually didn't get a seer poem. Huh. Well. Well, that's the thing, Sora. Natsuki didn't show us her poem. She was a bit pissed off about the situation and walked off before that happened. I think it's best to leave things for now. Just wait a bit. Maybe you'll get the opportunity to, talk things out later, to find an understanding, to apologize. Right now, not the time. There we go. Desune. You actually have to review two more poems. It's Sayori and Monica. But I get it. You want to read Sayori's poem. Oh. All right, Sayori it is. Dot, dot, dot. Here it is. Okay. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Ursa. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything all right? Eh? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, all right. Hey, Ursa, I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. He did. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah, I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? You don't want to get closer to everyone else? What happened to the music? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have something sometimes... I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Ursa? I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Ursa. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. Ahaha. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out the classroom, humming to herself. Oh shit. Oh, shit. Oh, that doesn't feel great. Alright, Sora. We did not see Sayori's poem either. She's, not feeling too great. Any thoughts? It would be great if you could go after her. Sadly, you can't. Not within the restrictions of the game. At the moment, you can't go after her. Obligations of the club. You only have one more poem to look at, though. You gotta share with Monica. And then maybe after you can check up on Sayori. Check up on Sayori. There we go. There we go. Let's take a look at Monica's situation. Hi, Ursa. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it something more... I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Ahaha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. It is... Okay, this one... Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. The way this is scripted out, it is... Need to find it. This thing... Shit. Lost my spot. Here it is. See what we got. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. Oh no. found it. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot more time. You're spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends. I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot more time together again. I see, I see. That reminds me. How about Sayori's... About how Sayori's been a little off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well... Ursa, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? ... Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Shit. Shit. Hmm. Shit. Let's save this real quick. Huh. I missed the poem. I accidentally clicked out of it. I can't scroll back. Give me a sec. I think it's the lady who saved everything. Yeah, the lady who knows everything. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that one. All right. All right. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight skies. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and the forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look her in the eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amounts to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Interesting. You know, poems aren't bad today, I'll be honest. Oh, I should probably address sort of concerns. I don't know, Sora. We're just school students, you know? What's the real harm that could happen? Like, sure, she may be able trying to socially drive a wedge between us, which isn't great. It's actually pretty bad, shameful. But eliminate? That seems kind of strong. That's a real big stretch. I am feeling the weird vibes, but elimination is. She's not that bad. All right, here's Monica's poem. Shit. Hold on. This may be it. Okay, hold on. Yep, found it. This is where I'm supposed to be. Okay. we need to finish a conversation with Monica first. What the hell? Hold on. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Damn. I'm low on credits. Shoot. Alright, guys. I might have to stop it here. Shoot. Just mark this part. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have to stop it here. I am out of credits for my 11 labs, so my voice won't be able to be sending, and it's gonna cause some errors for my code. And I checked the logs. Yeah, I'm out of tokens. It's the responses. Yeah, it's not there. Now, I have it in text, the response, but that's just how it is. The limits of my budget. But it should recover by next week. And we'll still stream tomorrow, and we'll keep this going. Yeah, I guess I'll have to look up for other TTS stuff options. If I'm going to do this, I'm either going to have to pay more or find something of better quality for less cost, or something free that's pretty good enough quality for a character I can use. I don't know. But we'll figure something out, and I'll be streaming tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm going to take a little break. I will be back with a different game. I will be playing Magic the Gathering just to chill. So yeah, I'll be right back. And yeah. Also, I'm recording. I'll end this recording now. And yeah. Okay, stop streaming, and I will X out of this game. Yes. X out of that. Okay. Yeah. We'll be right back. All right, you guys can still hear me. Okay. Gonna mute that stream mix.
Place your heart with mine. Let your sleeping soul take flight. Take me through the night. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Hanging moon in fog, mist will lead where you belong. Sweep me off my feet. Down, down, down by the